Right, this here behind me is a wall of basalt. Now, what's special about this wall? It's secretly a door. So, I've got my little pickaxe here. I'm gonna mine on through the door. And when I walk to the other side, the door slowly heals itself. I can, like, make shapes. I can do whatever I want. The door will heal itself. It's a really cool design, and I am going to show you how to make it. Now, before we get started, this thing is tileable, so you can make it as long as you want. Just, it does have a height limit, so just be aware of that. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is get a line of target blocks. However long you're gonna want your door is however many target blocks you're gonna need. Alright, now next to the target blocks on the side, you should have sticky pistons facing upwards like this. On the other side of the target blocks, get some redstone dust, and the target blocks will redirect the redstone dust into the pistons. Now you want to set up a simple redstone clock. An easy way to do this, just sort of make a square, but only place 3 corners and leave the square empty. Now we're going to place a redstone torch on the side so that one torch is sort of pointing at the side of a block, and the side of a block does not have a torch on it. The other side, however, does have a torch on it, and that is pointing into the side of another block. Next, we want to place some redstone dust right here. So it is being activated and being pushed out. And place a repeater, which the redstone dust will connect to, and it will point into this block, turning the torch off. To complete the circuit, just fill in the edges of the square with redstone dust or repeaters. You notice this is a little fast, so we can go in and add more repeaters and increase the distance between the 2 little torches so that the pistons open and close a lot slower. This amount of time can be increased or decreased to your preference, whatever works best for you. I'm just gonna have 3 repeaters on a 4-tick delay, allowing for enough time for the basalt to generate, but also enough time for me to make it through the doorway or maybe carve a smiley face. It's also a good idea to hook up a lever by placing it on one of these blocks here. And when you turn the lever on, it will turn the torch off, and the torch cannot be turned back on until you flick that lever again. This will stop the circuit, making it so that the door will not close. This is useful to have, for example, when you're still building it. Now back to the tutorial, we need to take this block, the soul soil, and place it on top of the sticky pistons. Next we need a row of fireproof building blocks on top of the target blocks, and blue ice on top of that. The next part is a little bit tricky, and if this goes wrong, it could destroy your redstone clock. We need to make a little container area for some lava. You don't have to put a block here. You can if you want to. It might be good for just some safety reasons or just to make it look nice. But even if it's not there, any lava that comes to this block will immediately turn into basalt. And depending on how many pieces you use, you may need a little bit more lava in there than just one source. It might be a good idea to just fill this whole thing up with lava so that it goes a bit faster. Alright, now that we've got this done, all we need to do is add the floor. We need to bring this part up so it's standable on. And place your blocks above the lava. Quick reminder to not use flammable blocks. And then you have your floor, and it can be extendable to any size. You can also build up some walls. Now we've got our door frame already. Now we're all good to come over here, flick this lever, and watch the basalt door start to generate. Alright, so this is how high I want my door. but it looks like it's still going. The basalt will naturally stop going upwards once it hits about 15 blocks high due to the piston push limit. Now, what if I want my door to be smaller? If I want something a bit higher than this in part of my base? Well, come down here, turn off the door again, come up to the top where you want your door to stop, and take out the top layer, and then at the top of the door, place some obsidian, furnaces, or another immovable block, so the door will stop here and won't move anywhere. Now you can flick the lever back on, and you have got your door. So now we've got our really cool self-regenerating door. So we can just take our pickaxe, come on in, and then when we get to the other side, it'll just close on for us. Gone are the days of boring doors and having to close them. Subscribe.